All right, well, we've got a list of questions. So the first one is, hey guys, this is Marcus. I run a commercial HVAC company serving restaurants and hotels in Phoenix. We do incredible work, 95% satisfaction scores, whatever that means. But when I ask for referrals, clients get awkward and change the subject. I've tried gift cards, formal programs, even hiring a part-time referral coordinator. In 18 months, 2 referrals. Meanwhile, my competitors are growing through word of mouth, or so it seems. What am I doing wrong?
There's a couple of places we found that we get the greatest amount of referrals. Imagine you're in Phoenix and it's 9,000 degrees. Your AC goes out and you're sweating bullets and you think you may die. And suddenly, here comes the Cape Crusader to fix your AC. Right then, you go, hey, who else do you know that might want their life saved? But right there too, you can imagine they're going, I don't know. I don't know who else might need I don't have the foggiest who might need you. And so I can imagine the customer being awkward, like, I don't know. Like if somebody asked me for like if I were in the HVAC business, I think at that point they'd go, hey, please feel free, share your little story, send it out to somebody or post it on your social media, do something. I'd appreciate it, because they aren't going to give you referrals right there because it is awkward that it's timing. They don't know who else might need this or who has a good person, who has a bad person in their HVAC world, or that kind of things. They're not going to get something right then. But if they go, hey, you know what? I'd sure appreciate it if you just let anybody in the world know, and anybody in the general Phoenix metro area that I service, be great if you could just tell them, man, John over at John's HVAC, man. What a decent cat. If you ever need anything, I'd sure recommend him. If you send that to one person, man, I'd be overjoyed. You don't ask people for too much. They're not going to know anybody at the time. Ask them for one thing that they can do really quickly. Definitely one of the things I'd do for sure is, somewhere you've got Google reviews, right? Or whatever kind of reviews. I drop my quick link. I go, hey, you know what? I sure appreciate if you give me a quick review. I'd personally appreciate it. It helps me personally. So if you would, that'd be great. So let anybody else in this area know that you had a good experience with me. If they need something in this world, here's my contact info. And should anybody bring it up, I'd sure appreciate it if you'd recommend me. That would be great. Uh, you have to be careful not to ask people for too much. So if I'm going to ask them for one thing, what's the one thing I want to ask? Do I want to say, hey, if you would just recommend me, or let people know that you had a good experience today and you'd recommend me? Or do you want to go, hey, I sure would appreciate it. It benefits me personally. I'll just drop you a quick link. If you can just click and give me a couple of good stars, that would be awesome. Mostly I'd go, hey, appreciate the opportunity here today. Mind if we keep in contact? Yeah, I'll send you pictures of crazy jobs I've been doing every once in a while, and you can share them with your friends. So I build my contact/referral network that way. Most people, when they do work, they never do anything after that. They never keep in contact after. And so then when the person who had their AC fixed, is at a cocktail party, a parent party, out golfing, and somebody goes, man, yeah, I can't, man, I got to get home. I don't know if the AC is working or not. You go, what? You should call John over John's AC, man. He's good. If you don't keep in contact with these people, they'll forget about you. Out of sight, out of mind. And so shoot me an email every month with some pictures of, oh my God, do you see the rat that got caught in, in this air conditioner? No wonder. Or, in the heating duct, there was a spider the size of a pumpkin or something, some crazy, and people go, oh my God, and then they talk about it. Like, oh gosh, I just got this email today. So, you have to build it like that. The other thing that I would definitely do if you're going to have an assistant, whatever they called it, the assistant what they call it, the referral assistant, whatever it is, that referral assistant should be calling everybody who maybe services, let's say people who handle a lot of vacation rentals, or anybody where it's not just a one person connection, it's one or a one client connection, where this person, let's say, manages a bunch of properties and they've always got things going out and they really always are in dire need of somebody who could come and help, because maybe the person that they're relying on is no longer reliable. Maybe they left the country, maybe they retired, maybe they're doing anymore, maybe they're, it happens all the time. Oh man, I've got a great guy, but he's, you know, it happens all the time. And what happened today? Our garage door. We have 2 garage doors, right? One of them last night, I went out there and tried to open it. There's no power. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And so, okay, well, that's unexpected. And I've never had a garage door guy in that town before. I don't know, but I got a hold of Gary, and Gary's had a million scenarios like this, because he fixes stuff all over town, and he's fixed stuff for us. And I got a hold of Gary, and I go, "Hey, it's John. Man, we've got this situation. Who do you know?" He goes, "Oh, call PJ." The guy's name is PJ. What I think of pajamas. He's going to show up. That's their shtick, right? They show up wearing pajamas and have a toolkit. How do you know it's PJ? Well, that's what they wear. So knock on the door. You know who it is, because you can see it's some dude wearing PJs. Oh, it's PJ. Garage doors that way. So I'd get a hold of guys like Gary, who are connected to all kinds of people who need all kinds of help. He's doesn't only help us, but I see him drive up and down the street every once in a while. I know he's at the corner. I see his car, or I see a truck or whatever. I'd get a hold of a million Garys, not a million, because then you'd have way too much business than you could ever handle. But I'd get a hold of enough Garys that would send me all the business I need. And and by the way, when I, this is two-way street kind of stuff. For example, when I asked Gary, he said, "Oh, right away. Gary's reliable." So I know that. So people like me look to people like Gary, and Gary looks to people like PJ so so PJ got right back to me, and I got right back to Gary saying PJ got right back to me. So Gary knows that the referral that he gave is being responsible. And so I'll also let Gary know how well PJ did when the deal is done. And I will, before PJ starts working, I'll go, "Man," or I've already told him, "I got your name from Gary." And so he's like, "Okay, Gary's a good recommender. I get a lot of business from Gary. I better do John right." So there's more than just getting a referral. It's also doing the right kind of work, so people do then continue to refer you or recommend you. And there's no money involved. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to have to pay PJ, but nobody else is getting paid. There's nothing else going on here except a good guy recommending, hopefully, another good guy to a good guy. Be intentional with your ask up front. Ask them just to do one small thing, either recommend you, or, "Hey, I'm going to send you a link, man. If you could click on it, give me 5 good stars, or whatever you think I did today. It really helps me out personally here at the company. That would be great." Uh, so decide which one that is. Make sure you stay in contact with all these people. Send them a little fun little thing. "Oh, the spider the size of the pumpkin is blocking the AC vent." Now everybody will be talking about it. 3 is, you want to call all the Garys that you need to. Tell them what you do. And then keep in contact with those guys too every month. Send them the same little spider the size of a pumpkin in the ductwork story, so he keeps you in mind, and you'll get all the business you need. And that's how I bet it'll work.